We already know what the reaction is going to be. And the answer will depend almost exclusively, entirely, based on which party you're in. And that is not what justice is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about fairness. So it raises the question, is this about justice or just us versus them again? We turn to the better minds. Former Trump White House Communications Director Anthony Scaramucci and Harvard Law professor Alan Dershowitz. They're both authors. They'll both have their books thrown up. But we do have Dershowitz with Get Trump, which is important as context because the professor would see this as an extension of the efforts to get him. So first, let's talk a little law. I can do that with both of you, both Harvard guys. So, Professor, I start with you. Indictment, the old expression about a ham sandwich. Do you believe there are grounds to indict the president on the charges that the payment to Stormy Daniels, his whatever, paramour, love interest, friend, violated campaign finance and they were done to help the campaign?
Well, the question for me is, would they indict anyone else for this kind of combination of statutes trying to make a misdemeanor into a felony? You know, Thomas Jefferson once said that for a criminal statute to be valid, you have to be able to understand it if you read it while running. Now, I'm sitting, and I've been teaching criminal law for 60 years, including to Anthony, who was a great student in my class. This is not what the criminal justice system is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be creative. It's not supposed to bring different statutes together that have never been used against somebody. And I'm not a party person. I'm a liberal Democrat who wants to have the right to vote against Trump for the third time. But I want to see justice, and I want to see it fairly done. No one's above the law, but no one's below the law. No one should ever be targeted for prosecution. Robert Jackson once said, he was the greatest attorney general in history. He once said, any prosecutor rummaging through the statute books can find something against almost anyone. And that's not the way the law should operate.
Anthony, politically, what happens if he's indicted? What does it mean for him?
Well, I think it'd make him stronger. I also just want to point out quickly, Chris, that Alan's course at Harvard Law School came with a warranty. He told me if I ever got in trouble, he would represent me for free. And Alan, I promise you, I'm never going to use the warranty, just so you know.
Good.
But I do think that it makes him more powerful. It consolidates his base, and it makes it more likely that he wins the Republican nomination because you have 7 to 10 candidates going against him, Chris. They're going to spread out 3, 5, 8% apiece. He'll get his 30%. And he'll win the nomination. And this will be a galvanizing factor in that. And if it's not this, it'll be Georgia or whatever criminal indictment could be coming beyond this.
Now, I didn't go to Harvard Law School, Professor. I'm lucky if I could spell it. But I do know that Democrats who are saying, well, we need this to happen, though, because it'll finally take him out of contention. No, there is no law, no legal basis for an indictment or even a conviction to keep somebody from running for president. And if they wanted to add it, there's pretty strong Supreme Court precedent that Congress should not add any limitations or additional conditions on being president. So it's not going to take him out of the race.
The only way that they could prevent him from running is if they can prove that he actually fought in the Civil War against the North.
Yes.
Now, considering the fact that he once said that Barack Obama was born in outside of the United States, it's possible they may be able to prove that he fought in the Civil War. But absent that, there are 3 criteria for president. That's it. 35, he's 35, born in the United States. He was born in the United States, and he didn't fight in the Civil War against the North. He can run from prison the way Mayor Curley did, and he could win, and he can govern from prison. It's unlike Israel, where they're trying to get Netanyahu not to be able to run, because there is a statute saying if you're convicted of a crime of moral turpitude, you can't be the prime minister. There is no such constitutional provision, and Congress can't overrule the Constitution.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com, and you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.